Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Thiruppaatu, which is a historical sequence. We are discussing about the fourth padikam and the third verse in that. Vadikol kanninai madanthaiyar thampaal mayal athu utru vanjanaiku idamaagi mudiyuma karuthel eruthu yerum moorthiyai mudalaaya piraanai adikal endru adiyaar thozhuthu yethum appan oppilaa mulai umai konai sedi kanninai Thinai Nagarul sivakolundinai sendradai manane. Today's verse talks about a lot of information. Basically, the first thing that we all get attracted towards is whatever fantasy we have in this world. Anything that is enticing us, it can be food, it can be smell, it can be probably some kind of a beautiful scenarios which pleases our eyes, ears, nose, touch, whatever it is, or the worldly pleasures that we are looking at around us. Those are, they have an basically what does these worldly pleasures does to us is they control us. They make sure that we get totally bogged on to that and we get ourselves addicted to it. That's exactly what we have to break and come out of it. And that is the first line in this particular verse. He says, Nambi Arurar says, if you are looking at breaking this vicious cycle of birth and death, all you have to do is get yourself surrendered, get the refuge in the feet of Lord Shiva. The person who lives in Thinai Nagar, the person in the form of a fireball. If you want to get rid of all the worldly affairs and whatever is attracting us and just pinning us down to this particular earth itself, as in, to get more karma, accumulate more karma and start with a new birth again, birth cycle all over again, all we need to do is just surrender yourself. And he also says our Lord Shiva is in the form of Satvik. He is fully a Satvik person. That's why his vehicle, so-called vehicle, is also a bull car, a bull which is full of Satvik energy. And he is the first. When you say first, there is no question about how early. He is the Almighty. He is omnipresent. He is omnipotent. There is none before him. So he is the starting point. Whenever we say the world has started from somewhere, the dot with which the entire universe started, that dot is basically Lord Shiva. We can't really identify where it started and how it is evolving and all these. And this Lord is there in Thinai Nagar. All we have to do is just get ourselves surrendered to him. And we have to look at all the other devotees and follow the way how they are worshipping. And you look at the devotees, they look at Lord Shiva and they consider him as their father, and they just surrender themselves completely with all the three, our body, our words, as well as our mind. Because if you look at the way how we accumulate karma, it's based on these three. How do we accumulate karma? Either by our mind, it just keeps wandering, and because of that we get karma. By seeing something, right? That's also basically the body. Based on the body we accumulate karma. The third one is by the words we speak. So whenever we talk about karmic effect, these are the three areas that we can accumulate. How do we break the karmic effect? Also with the help of these three. Instead of talking unnecessary things, we have to start singing praises of Lord Shiva. Instead of doing unwanted things with this body, we have to surrender this body to Lord Shiva and do whatever it takes to make sure that we are in his service. And this minds, we need to always be thinking about him. Once we start achieving this, that is where we become, or we get the quality of becoming a devotee. And you know what? Lord Shiva is in the form of Ardhanarishwara. the moment we see Ardhanarishwara, it is nothing but he is coming down full of grace to give us the graceful embodiment, so that we will also be able to achieve his lotus feet. And this is what today's verse is all about. He says all we have to do is just cut down the desires and turn our mind, our body, our words, everything towards Lord Shiva, and try to achieve realization. Such a beautiful verse for our thoughts today. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama, Tiruchitrambalam.